now said he was accused by some Hausa's men that he stole a bike. When I heard this, I was totally mad, as in it's an insult to him.
I got a call from the security of my own close around 7:11 precisely, that my engineer is currently being beaten at the entrance of the gate. You know, I struggled to ask what happened, and I was told he stole a bike. I was surprised. I took a bike. I was on a short with my, shirt, t-shirt, watching Chelsea Wolf match. I got up and I ran, towards the gate. On getting there, he has been mercilessly beaten. He could not carry his body. He was entirely weak, but he was not dead. I carried him in the midst of about 25-30 people, if I'm not mistaken. I entered into their midst because he was my engineer. I carried him, and I was pleading, knowing and having the background of the kind of mentality these people are. And I started begging and pleading to this guy, please stop. The response I got, I was shocked to have gotten that kind of response from somebody that I know very well, one of the Hausa guys. The guy said, I know you. I said, you guys know me. He said, yes, I know you, but we kill you too. At that point, one of those guys, my security was there because I didn't go alone. I went with my own security guard too, within the estate. And I also saw, Tosin there, one of the deceased son, trying to assist him. The guy just ran into one of the shops just behind us, and he brought out plank. In my head, on top of my head, knowing the kind of people they were, and they were much more than us, it was like a mob action against the man. I had to drop him and ran for my dear life. In fact, I couldn't have even run into the estate. I ran completely outside the estate, because if they should get hold of me, 20, 30 people on top of me, God knows, probably I would have been killed. So I ran and I started calling people. Fortunately, chairman of the estate has been informed. He also ran down. So when I saw him, I gained a little bit more of confidence, and we approached again for the second time. So we assisted, we tried as much as we could at that point. He was not still dead at that second time, but he was entirely weak. We are trying to stop a vehicle and move him and rush him down to the hospital. These guys insisted vehemently that they are not going to allow us to move. If you try anything, they are going to deal with every one of us.
I was in my house when I got a distress call around 6:12. And when I received a call from one Okada boy named Rabiu that there is a fight at our estate main gate, that they are beating one engineer. Some Hausa group are beating one engineer. On getting there, I met the guy already on the ground. They are pouring water on him. He has been mercilessly beaten before I got there.
Unfortunately, chairman ran back to his house to go and bring his car. By the time chairman, brought his car, I don't know, but he wasn't responsive any longer. So when they heard Yamutu, when they started saying Yamutu, when they discovered that probably the guy must have passed on, some of them took off. At that point, we have few people left. You understand? The people on ground at that point, they started, coming closer, and they apprehended one of the guy. In fact, it was the guy that claimed that the man stole his bike, that invited all those guys that we apprehended. They brought him down. Amela took one, and one other guy that was also arrested in the, at the point of that scene.
So, I've used my car to take him to General Hospital Igondo. On getting there at emergency point, we call up a doctor on duty, and he confirmed him inside the vehicle that he's dead on arrival, that they cannot accept him again. So immediately I called back the station officer, Idimu Police Station, and he said we should bring him back to the Idimu Police Station, where we met with the DCO in the station that night. So the police officer there arranged the police team. They followed us to the scene of incident that night. At the point, the estate boys too, they were able to accost one of the Hausa guy. That one was held down, was taken to Idimu Police Station with the deceased body. So at Idimu Police Station, later in the night too, another one of the team was also arrested by the estate guys, because they too have already come out to start fighting. But as the chairman of the estate, I intercede and I make him understand that this is a police case. Nobody should attack anybody, so that it will not degenerate to ethnic fight.
We had a call from those he's working with in this place at Yanodo that I think they are fighting my dad at the gate of the estate. We were mad, so one of his workers that was around, he rushed down with my younger brother, Shegun. I was at home with my younger ones. So when they reached there, that's when they called me that they've beaten my dad to death. I couldn't believe it. It was like a story to me. I did not even believe at all. So I got to rush down to this place, but I was told I would be taken to Idimu police station. On getting there, I saw him lying down lifelessly. So that is when I asked Mr. Williams that why is it that they did not rush him to the hospital, but they said they did, but it was confirmed dead at the hospital. And I asked what was the case, because I don't understand what have really happened. And I said he was accused by some Hausa's men that he stole a bike. When I heard it, I was totally mad, as in it's an insult to him. It's an insult to him. How can they accuse someone, like even men looking at him, you can't even believe that. You that have never met him before, they should tell you that it's that person that stole the bike. You won't believe. He's a very quiet man and kind, as he's not a troublesome person, to be precise. I do follow him to his work anytime he has projects. I do travel with him to the east, even at Abuja. Currently, he has one project at Abuja. We're meant to have been anchoring the project now, but due to the fact that we lost our mother some months ago, he said he doesn't want to leave his children since he have a project that is handling presently at Lagos State, at Yanodo Royal Estate.
We had Hausa, staying within the estate, and we thought we've done so many things, so many activities that will unite us together as one estate, regardless of the tribe. But these people, at every point in time, they kept on exhibiting attitude and manners that shows that they don't want to be at peace with anybody. The case has been escalated to the government. This case has been taken to Panti, CID division right now, and we believe justice, is going to be done at the end of the day.
And based on my investigations, when they brought them, they are not as much as this. They are just a very few people with the intention of using the place to be selling ingredients for the people in the community. But what they turned the place to now is butcher, where we have the beggars, the druggers, series of people are there now. There are many, more than 500 people living there. And the last times when they beat our security, I met with the Cherokee that is present on site here. He said the fashion days are more than 5, that he cannot control them anymore. Now they have killed person. They have killed, and we are not sure that they will still not come back to us and be killing our people. Our people are afraid. They are unable to stay in their properties again. So when we get to the king's palace, the king summoned their Cherokee. They testify to it that it happened. They are looking into it. But at the end of it all, the king pronounced that they must leave. What we want from government is to relocate them completely from here, and also get those people that are involved in a brutal murder of an engineer that has been in this site for more than 5 years. He built more than 8 houses in this community. It's well known. Brutally murder in broad daylight in the presence of people. They must be disciplined. They must take through the law of the land.